All right. Welcome to the first episode of But Hey, What Do I Know? My name is Joseph, aka Journeyman Joe, aka Arak Poppy, aka Mad Shit. I don't know, whatever the hell you want to call me. And this is my co host, Amanda. Say hi, Amanda.
Hello.
Amanda, what time is it over there? And where is over there?
It is 1:27 a.m. in the morning, and over there is Australia.
What? We're doing a transatlantic podcast? What are we, crazy?
Not transatlantic, because Atlantic is between America and Europe, but
Well, I'm
I,
American, and we don't know geography. It's been proven by science.
I get your
So
spirit.
yeah, let it go. All right. So I thought we could do something interesting since we are such good friends.
Yes, we
Let's
are.
in, let's introduce the other person, and you can go first.
Oh, am I introducing you?
Yeah, like tell them about me. Like I want to see how much you know about me.
Oh, well,
What do you mean? Ugh.
what do I know? Right?
That should tell you everything you need to know. Yeah, we don't know shit about each other.
We
We
don't.
just, yeah, we I don't even know how we met. Like I found her in like an airplane ad, like one of those magazines, the Sky Mall. And I was like, hey, like, wouldn't it be cool to do a podcast with this random chick?
Well, now you just made me sound like a prostitute. A magazine
If the
ad.
shoe fits.
Well, surprise, guys. That's my profession. Um, no, okay, what do I know about you? I know your name, Joseph.
That's
Um,
good.
I know that you're from Florida.
Am I from Florida?
Well, that's what you tell me. I don't know. I met you
I
on the
I
internet.
I,
You could be
I am
lying
from
to
Florida.
me.
I am from Florida. I am from Do I want to put the city out? Yeah, fuck it. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida.
I mean, I'm sure it's a pretty big city, so no one's gonna
Oh,
like.
it's the biggest city by landmass in the United States. It's a pretty big city.
Okay,
It's only the,
interesting.
it's only the best city in Florida. I don't care what any of you Floridians say. Jacksonville's the shit. Jacksonville is the only place in the entire world where you can drive for 15 minutes and be in the country, and drive 15 minutes the other way and be like in a bustling metropolis. So there's nothing quite like it.
Well, there's a fun fact for you guys out there. You're welcome. What else am I supposed to say about you? I don't know. Like, this is great. You're putting me on the spot, and I don't know anything about you.
We have so much chemistry.
So much. Can you feel it? I'm just trying to think though.
Okay,
You've
while
put me
while
on.
you while you think about my complicated persona, I'm gonna introduce you.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
So Amanda is, I don't know how tall you are. I've never actually seen you in person. Surprise, surprise. But Amanda is, hmm, how could I describe you? You like to read. She's the only person in the world that still reads books.
Sure. Yeah, I like to read.
Let's see, what else? Amanda goes to the gym regularly. She's in very, very good shape. Like
All lies,
I've seen I've seen her go to the gym and like out bench like Arnold in his prime.
and have never lost 1 kilo.
What the hell is a kilo?
It's a unit of
I'm
measurement.
I'm from America. We have to sound ignorant. It's cool. It's all right. You guys
Um,
paint us as these ignorant, awful people,
and you have to
but
be extra
y'all.
ignorant because you're from Florida. So,
Oh yes, of course. But my country isn't the country playing musical chairs with COVID protocol. Like we're allowed to see the sun here.
what? What? Are we not allowed to see the sun here?
Every other day, I look at the news and somewhere in Australia is back on lockdown. I don't know how y'all deal with that.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, when they say lockdown, it's just curfews, but it's only like 3-day lockdowns until they complete contact tracing.
Well, y'all sure fucking complain like it's a lockdown. Like y'all got the
Yeah,
military at your door.
it's because people here love to complain. Don't get me started on this. This I'm gonna go on a tangent
Oh, so
about.
you're like you're like Americans.
Yeah. Well, I mean, where there's people in first world countries, there's always people complaining about how terrible their lives are, that they miss their train by like 10 minutes and it's the end of the world and they need to change. Ugh, I'm going to go on a rant here, but yeah, people just
Yeah,
live to complain.
exactly
Um,
like Americans.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so since
Exactly
you know
like
nothing about me,
Americans.
since you know
I
nothing
don't. I
about
don't
me,
know.
and I know
I don't know how tall you are. I don't know. Do I know your age? I probably don't.
you do know
Um,
my age.
I know you're younger than me, and that's about it.
I don't know your age because you and almost every other woman that I talk to change their age consistently.
I don't. I'm almost 30.
Amanda was 30 yesterday.
I
She's
wasn't. I was.
26 tomorrow.
I'm still 26.
Let's say a week from now, I'll say you're 21. Like to try to get like with a younger dude, like you're gonna be like,
You know.
no, I'm only 21.
You know. If you ever catch me doing that, just shame me, bully me on the internet, shame me.
I bully you on the internet on the daily. That's like half of our friendship.
But like publicly.
Of course, yes. I'm gonna fly all the way to Australia and just like I'm gonna chain you up to one of those medieval like shits where you put like
No.
your hands and then your head, and then I'm just gonna scream out in the streets for shame.
No, not publicly in person. I'm saying publicly on like Twitter or something.
Yeah, but why can't I go to Australia and like put you in that contraption and scream for shame?
Well,
Wouldn't that
you
be
could. You
easier?
could. Yeah, you could do that. True. Let me not kill your dreams. Live your dreams.
I don't have any dreams, Amanda. This is like my
Okay,
last
let's not
dream.
go there. Let's not go there.
Yeah, I have to get depressing to get you to shut up. Anyway, now let's get right to the shits. If you were a vegetable, what vegetable would you be?
Great question. I would be a zucchini.
Now, why would you be a zucchini? Is it because you wish you were taller?
Well, I mean, I just feel like they're such a versatile vegetable. They're just, okay, I can't say that they're delicious because they don't really have a distinctive sort of flavor.
Oh,
But
so you're bland like a zucchini, is what you're telling me.
yes, very, very, very
Oh, cool.
bland, as you can tell from my voice and my personality.
Cool. I would be a potato because potatoes are very versatile and they're buried in the ground,
Delicious.
kind of like yes, like I just have a whole bunch of dirt on me 24/7, and I don't know.
Literally or metaphorically?
Um, I'd say both. I mean, I'm a blue collar worker.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you like bury yourself every day in the earth to like feel connected to the
Yes, 100%. I
earth.
am. If you know anything about me, you know that I'm the hippie type, and I bury myself in the dirt, and I just I want to be one with nature. I want to become grass.
Yeah, you give off that energy. I can see you doing
Uh,
that.
all right. How many bodies is too many bodies?
Are we talking about killing people?
Absolutely not, Amanda.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ.
I thought that's what it meant.
No, we are not talking about killing people.
Oh,
You know
because I
what
was going
bodies
to.
means. I know you know what bodies means, Amanda. All right. Now, how many bodies is too many? Honestly. We're not talking about killing people. We're not doing this
Honestly.
again, Amanda. We are not talking about killing people. We are talking about intercourse. if a man walks up to you
All right.
and you are a shallow person like you are, and the first thing out of your mouth is this question, how many bodies is too many bodies? Because I'm gonna preface this, because women, there's no right answer to this question. Because I feel like with a lot of women that I've talked to, if you tell them too little of a number, then they think you're like inexperienced, or they think you're a baby or some shit. And if you tell them too big of a number, they think of you as a whore.
Whore.
So, how many bodies is too many bodies? Or what's the sweet spot of bodies like for you?
0. No, I'm joking. Not 0.
She likes some young folks.
Don't necessarily have to be young. No, not 0. Let me think. What's the formula that J. Cole gave?
Oh, she only fucked about 4 or 5 dudes, so she got to multiply by 3.
So you got to multiply that by 3. So if I were to multiply by 3,
that's only for women though, because no, dudes, dudes can fuck other dudes. It's 2021. My bad. Go ahead.
Misogyny.
Go ahead. My bad.
Cancel him.
No, just go ahead.
Don't. He's a good person. All right, let me.
If she knows anything about me, she knows that I'm a good person, and that should let you know that she knows absolutely nothing about me.
He's absolutely fantastic. Let me think. I'm not okay. I've never actually thought about this. This is a really good question.
You better think about it, because we are on the clock.
Relax. Let me think. Just give me a few seconds.
Okay, since Amanda has a degree in philosophy and she likes to think. Okay, I'm gonna 5-second pause because I stuttered like a whole bunch. While Amanda thinks about that, since she is such a philosopher, I'll let you guys know that there is no body count that is too many for me. I don't really care. I don't judge people. I mean, there might be, I don't know, like if it's like some absurd fucking number, like, I don't know, like, I'm gonna set it like 256. If you fuck 256 different...
That's one for like every second day of the year.
No, and it's like it's like a computer term. Like it's like if you fucked the same amount of dudes that is in the number of bytes that is... Okay, pause. Fuck it. If you fuck the same amount of dudes that is the amount of gigabytes that somebody has on their hard drive, that's a problem. Because hard drives are very big now. I don't want a 1 terabyte bitch. Woman. I don't want a 1 terabyte woman. Now that I've put myself out there as a complete fucking misogynist, go ahead.
Oh, are we casting on this? Okay, cool. Let me think. I'd say 10. That's a sweet spot for me.
So 11 bodies, he's out. Like, get the fuck out of my sight. 11? What are you nuts? 11?
Yes. I mean, but then like some people start early, don't they? Yeah, no, 10. I'm not budging on this. 10.
If you have 9 or fewer bodies, you may or may not have a shot with Amanda from Melbourne.
20? I feel like 20 is just too much.
20 is not as much as 256.
That is true.
Yeah, so quit being judgmental. I'm easy. What the fuck does that mean? What does easy mean?
It means that you're like okay.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure that's what you meant. Because I am not easy. All right.
Okay.
After...
I feel like 20 is too much.
After the first question that you immediately ask a dude, which is how many bodies is too many, because you are extra superficial, What is the
I would never ask that question.
what is the what is the second thing? All right, pause.
I'm just saying, like, I would never ask that question to someone because I feel like I'm a little bit like, I don't want to know. I'd rather be like in
Yeah,
ignorance of
because your limit is
whatever.
10 and that's like an impossible number.
Yeah, and what if like I actually like the
And
person
then
and then
God
I'm just
forbid they
like,
have 11 bodies, 10 and a half bodies.
God forbid. 10 and a half?
Well, either they got
What?
to second base or
It,
they, fucked half of a body. I don't know.
I just, you know what? I thought of a dead person.
Oh, so you're a necrophiliac. That if there's anything you need to know. If you have a
No,
if you
they are because you
if you
you said a half, so I'm thinking maybe the
okay,
person.
if you have a pulse and you have 11 bodies, Amanda is not the woman for you. I'm just telling you that right now. Now,
No, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about
now if you
them.
are only a torso and you don't have a pulse and you've slept with 10 or more females, what is the second thing that you notice about a dude slash chick? It would
Are you
Yes, it
asking me
would be the
this?
first thing, but you want to notice the bodies. So what's the first thing that you notice, like for realsies?
Like physically?
It doesn't have to
Um,
be physically. Maybe you just look
God,
over from across the room and notice their vibrant personality.
I don't know. Okay, let me think. Oh God, you're making me think so hard right now.
Amanda
Um,
reads books, but has never thought this hard in her entire life. I just want to put that out there.
no, I've never thought this hard. Okay, if I look over and I see someone, I don't know, it's just like I'm not a very picky person, so like I don't feel like there's anything like physically. I can't say eyes because I'm lying. I'm gonna be lying. I can't say like height because I'm gonna be lying.
No, no, I
Okay, I
want to
want to
get your
say
answer. Go ahead.
I want to
No,
say
go ahead.
oh
His
God,
dick print is what she's trying to say because we talked this over in pre-production 100%.
no,
Like if you're just packing, if you are
gross,
packing,
no,
like and she could see it right away, like that's all you have to do.
no.
Okay, what is it then?
I don't know. Like I would have to speak to the person because I don't really have a type. So like I would have to speak to you to see a
Okay,
vibe.
like
And
in
if you're
defense of Amanda, the little things that I do know about Amanda is that Amanda has dated every type of dude under the sun. So she is being serious. Just I don't know
well,
what she notices about these men and what they have in common, but I mean, it's the craziest thing I've ever
okay,
seen. She
not
goes from like Caucasian video game nerd to like Mario Lopez stud to fucking
no. Okay, can I just want to make this clear? Date is like too strong of a word.
okay, she one night stands with like mad people.
No, no.
Which one is it then, Amanda? You don't have to
I'm
be a
just
saint for this podcast.
okay. No, no, no. Okay, let me just. I don't know. I can't say smart because they were all like not that smart. Half of them were dumbasses. Um. Oh my god. I don't know. What is like the common thing?
Okay, I'm gonna let the
I'm trying
podcast
to
in on a
think.
secret. Amanda like reads books because that's like the one thing she could do without her significant other because she likes them illiterate.
I like them unavailable. Seriously, I don't want to be friends with them.
Oh, so you're a pump and go.
I don't want to. I don't want to hang out with them. I don't want to know you, your family, your friends, your career. Like I don't want to know anything about
Okay,
you.
if you were to actually try to court somebody to get into a relationship with them is the question. We get that you have a lot of sex, Amanda. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were like, if you were
No, I
to stop
don't.
being so superficial and just look for a dude that, gives you comfort and satisfaction and all the good boyfriend things, what would be the first
Mm-hmm.
thing that you look for in a man?
Um, Someone that's funny, honestly, because well, not just funny, but someone like would get my sense of humor because I have a really dark sense of humor. And then sometimes like people get repelled by it. Repulsed? Repelled? Oh god, I can't English right now. Just FYI. English is not my first language.
English isn't
Okay.
my first language either,
Um
but look at me, I'm doing just fine.
you were born
No,
in
the hell I
America. I
wasn't. So you
wasn't
don't you
born
don't
in
know anything
Australia.
about me.
Okay. Jokes, jokes, jokes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
um okay, if it's like something serious, then yeah. Oh, and a good job. Because I can't like physically or mentally deal with someone that doesn't have a job or is like in between jobs or is working at like, oh god, I sound really
Yes,
superficial right
Amanda
now,
is
but
the most
like
basic chick I have ever talked to in my entire life. As long as you have a job and a pulse and like, a mode of transportation, Amanda
no,
is
like
drooling over you. Like put a cup
no, what
under
I'm
your
saying
chin,
is like
Amanda.
no, like an actual career going, you know. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't
what
know. It's,
No,
it's too
this is a
much.
good
It's
topic
too
because what
much.
defines an actual career? Because I, by trade, am an AC technician. I didn't go to college
Mm-hmm.
for it. I literally just show up and do my job. Is that a career?
Well, a career is not something that I would define. It's something that you would define. Like if that's something that you would
No,
want to do
I
for
am
the rest of
asking
your
you to
life, and
define it
that's like
because you are defining it. So I would like you to define what a career is to you. If somebody walks up to you and you ask them what they do and they tell you something, how do you determine if that's a career or not, like in your eyes?
it's not for me to define because for someone like I don't know, for example, a personal trainer that could be a career for them, and then for some it could be just a job, and that's like, oh, I want to get into like I don't know, bloody sports science or exercise science and be like a trainer for like a football team, but this is like my job for now. So it's not for me to define, it's for them to
Okay, if they were to
define.
stay there like forever, would that
Mm-hmm.
would you consider that a
Yeah.
career?
No, if they complain about it every day, it's like, oh, I don't want to go there. I hate my life. Da, 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 da. No, that's
That
just a
wasn't
job, and
Yeah,
you
but that
hate
wasn't the
going there.
question though. You said that you need somebody to have a job if you're going to date them. But what defines like a good job? What's a good job in your eyes is what I'm asking you.
I don't know.
Like for some
I'm
women you
trying to
have to have a
think.
degree. For some women you have to like, I don't know, wear a uniform. I don't know. But like some people everyone defines
No,
career differently.
definitely no uniforms for me.
Oh, you're not a uniform girl.
No,
No role play for Amanda.
and by uniform, we're talking about like I don't want to say.
No, go ahead and say. Go ahead and
Anyways,
alienate a whole bunch of our audience. Go ahead.
no, no, no,
I'll say it if you don't say it.
just
I'll say
you
it if
know
you
what
don't
I
say it.
mean by say it.
She's talking military. She's talking doctors.
Yes,
She's talking male nurses. I know you're out there. Shout
doctors
out to the
don't
male
wear
nurses, man. I have a lot of friends that are male nurses. Shout out to y'all. Um, police officers.
doctors don't wear uniforms. By the
Who?
way, they wear scrubs,
That's
and
that is
doctors
a
don't wear
uniform. That
uniforms.
is a single thing that they all wear.
No, you can wear any color
Yeah, but
scrubs
you
you
are
want.
wearing a
It's like,
scrub, which is one fit. Everyone wears the exact same thing. Color doesn't count. I used to think it
okay.
counts because fun fact, I used to be smart. I used to go to like school for this type of shit. And at first I thought, okay, the blue scrub is like a rank, the green scrub is a rank, and it kind of is, but everyone just wears whatever scrub they want and nobody really cares. So, yeah, it's a uniform.
Yes. So technically, it's not a uniform if you're wearing whatever you want.
Okay. Anyway, let's just agree to disagree. Who was your first crush?
Oh, my first crush. In primary school, it was this little boy. Well, when I was little as well, I wasn't like
Say
an
their
adult,
name. Say
Let's
their name.
put the.
Say their name.
Oh my god. Okay, his name
Shout
was
out to David.
David.
You still have a shot wherever you are.
No, he doesn't. Um, I don't know where he is. He's probably dead.
David, if you are
I
not
just met
dead,
in
you
one of my
still have a
classes.
shot with Amanda.
No, no, he doesn't. Yeah, he wasn't even. I don't know. I can't even remember what he looks like. All I know is that he was Asian, and that's it. Chinese.
Who was my first crush? You know what? You put yourself out there. I'm going to put myself out there. My first crush's name was Amber.
Yeah.
A lot of people, the 14
Mm-hmm.
people that are listening, probably know her. I went to elementary school with her, and I am informed that she likes women now. So good for you for finding yourself. And I hope you're doing all right because you make really good art.
Oh, did you? What were you the? No.
No, no, no. Go ahead.
Good for you, Amber, and carry carry on with your
What?
art.
No, what were you going to
I
say?
don't know. I don't know. No, nothing. I don't know what David is. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably married with children. Good for you. Yeah. I have nothing to say. But in high
Mm-hmm.
school, I remember this boy. It was my first week in school. We had swimming carnival. Um, well, I mean, you have swimming carnival in the first term of the year because, you know, it's hot. Um, and I had just moved to Melbourne and I didn't bring my swimming stuff, so I was just in like my school shorts and school t-shirt uniform, and I was just sitting there like on the bench watching the people swim, and this boy like walked around the corner, and I was like, oh my god, I think I'm gonna die. It's so hot, and he like walked straight towards me, and then he asked me for the time, and I had a watch on my arm, but I I didn't look at that watch. Do you know what I looked at? The stop clock that was on the wall for the swimmers. And the time was like 5 minutes something, or for like they did like a rally, kind of like the long distance swimming. Or maybe it was like 5 seconds. I don't know. There was five on there. And I looked at the stop clock and I looked at him and I was like, it's 10 past five.
You are crazy.
He was like, what? He was like, what? And I'm like, 10 past five. And he's like, isn't home time 3 o'clock? Why are we still here at 10 past five? And I was like, oh God, oh my God, I need to leave right now. So I just like
Oh, so you
ran
mixed up the
off.
time.
But yeah, yeah. And I had a watch on my arm. So he probably thought I was so dumb. Like, I can't even like. Well, I mean, he had beautiful hazel eyes and like
That's the first thing you
really
notice right there. It's the
nice.
eyes.
Yeah, his eyes were beautiful. And he was like, his skin color was like a golden honey, kind of like, yeah, he was beautiful. And then year eight, after he dated this nasty girl, I was like, oh no, you're not hot anymore. You're disgusting.
Yep, how fickle you are.
Also, can I just say, I I still I still had a crush on him in year 8, and we were in the gym playing. I don't know what. Oh, we were playing basketball, and
Oh, you
he
were hooping?
plays like I don't know. He plays. We were forced to. It was part of the curriculum. Um, he plays rugby. So he walked in with his little rugby
Oh, he
mates
just
into
started
the
tackling
gym,
everybody?
and we were playing basketball. No, I wasn't playing. I was just like running up and down the court, like pretending to play, and like would yell at my friend to like pass the ball to me, and I'll just catch it and pass it on to
I
someone
would
else,
never
and not
pass you
like
the
do
ball. I
anything.
don't
Like
know
I'd
you that
barely.
well, but if we were playing basketball, I would never in my life pass you the ball.
I wouldn't pass the ball to me either. But I saw him coming in. I'm like, oh, this is my opportunity to impress him with my athletic skill.
With your athletic skills.
So I yelled at my friend. I yelled at my friend to throw me the ball, and she threw the ball to me, but then it like bounced on the ground because she threw it like a little bit too short. So I like sprinted towards the ball, and he like stopped and watched us play. I sprinted towards it, but then I ran too fast. Like I overshot, and then I bent down to pick it up, but I was going too fast. And then I stepped on the ball, rolled forward, hit my like face into the brick wall, got concussion, and passed out in the
That
gym.
is the best story I've ever heard in
then
my life.
then they had to take me to sick bay. So I was like laying in there on the bed. They called my mom, and my mom's like, she can stay till after school. I'm not coming. I'm not leaving work to come pick her up. So I stayed there the whole day, and then in shame after school with everyone, like walked out with a black eye, went home, and then and then we went to we went to the GP, and he's like, oh, she got a really bad concussion. You need to go see a
Jesus
neurologist
Christ.
to get brain
Oh my
scans.
God. Was it
So
worth
I
it?
went and got
Was it worth it?
brain. Listen, I got brain scans, then came home, and I was like to my mom, I have a black eye. I don't want to go to school. And she's like, no, you're going to school. So I went to school with a black eye the next day. And he laughed at me when
I
I
would
passed
laugh at you too.
the last thing I saw before like going like completely just blank was him and his friends like ha ha ha, like just dying laughing, and I was like, this was so not worth it. So yeah, I got a brain injury from trying to impress him, and then after that the hatred that I had for him was just overwhelming.
You've just described like the most basic superhero or super villain origin story ever. Like it's always some bullshit that makes you just hate the world forever. Because Amanda's such a bitter person after this.
Oh god, I was like, oh, you're not even that hot, and you're not kind. That makes you even
But you
worse.
still fell for
No,
him.
you
You still
laughed at
fell
me.
for him though.
Literally, and passed out.
That is amazing. I'm so glad you told us the
I
story. Thank
still,
you.
I still have
You still have the black eye to this day?
the
Oh,
brain
okay.
scans. No, the scans. I still have the scans of my brain.
No, I got a better question. What was your worst birthday party ever?
Um, well, I stopped having birthday parties when I was like what, 15.
Okay,
I
you
didn't
have
have a birthday
15 years to
party.
pull from.
My
Do you
worst
want me to go
one?
first while you think?
I don't know. Well, okay, let me just say, I've never had like a bad birthday party because my mom used to go like all out. So, like, we never had terrible parties. It was always like she would save up a lot of money for birthdays, and it would be like a massive party.
Okay, but you guys go hard.
We do. We do.
See, let me tell you something because Some Arabic people go hard. I'm Arabic, by the way. I am Syrian. Shout out to the Syrians, or not shout out to the Syrians. Whatever. I don't fuck with like 75% of y'all. But
Okay.
my dad is not one of those. So my parents would just throw me like a birthday party at the park, like just cross the street, go to the park, get like the least common denominator, like a cake with my name spelled wrong on it. I had to beg them for a pinata, like a whole bunch of shit. So my 8th birthday party was the worst, and that was the last birthday party I ever had. So this is where I learned my lesson to not mix friends, because at this birthday party I had all my friend groups. I had my friend Dalton from down the street. Shout out to Dalton. I had my elementary school friends. And who else did I bring? I brought some like neighborhood friends too. But Dalton is his own category. He's like crazy. But what happened was they started fighting. And I remember this very vividly. So I got a Bionicle. Somebody got me a Bionicle. I think it was my friend Brandon. And Brandon is like, he's just a regular Caucasian dude, you know. He got me a Bionicle. I was like, oh, gee, thanks. And he was like, open it right now. And I kind of didn't want to open it right now because I wanted to get to the other gifts. Like, I had opened it, I'd seen what it was, but he wanted me to, like, start playing with it, like, right now. And I kind of didn't want to do that. And so Dalton, like, stepping to my aid, like, after he begs, like, 15 times, he's like, dude, it's just a fucking Lego. Like, leave him alone. And so they start fist fighting, and Dalton beats the shit out of Brandon. And everyone starts fighting, and it's pandemonium, and then everyone just goes home. And this was like 20 minutes into the party. So we didn't cut cake, nobody ate pizza, nobody did anything. Everyone just went home. And after everything had blown over, I called Dalton because my friend Dalton lives like right down the street, and I was like, "Hey, dude, everyone's gone. Do you want to just eat cake like by ourselves?" He was like, "Hell yeah!" So that was my 8th birthday party, and since then I am very, very careful about mixing my friends. I keep my high school friends separate. I keep Dalton separate. I keep all my friend groups separate, and I almost have like a different personality for each group because I'm like a chameleon. I'm never mixing friends again. Like there's maybe 2 or 3 times I've mixed friends where it's gone all right, but never ever again. And that's how Brandon lost like a few teeth at my birthday party. Shout out to Brandon wherever he is.
Shout out to you, Brandon. So then I raise you this question. Do you have a best friend since you have all these multiple friend groups?
My best friend is Dalton. I think I mentioned that, or I kind of hinted to it, but I've known him since we were 2 years old.
Nice.
So this September will be 21 years of friendship.
That's sweet.
Yeah, that's like my blood brother. I love him to death. Do you have a best friend, Amanda?
No. I don't.
Amanda doesn't believe in friendship.
I believe in friendship, but I don't have a best friend, and I think I don't know. I don't know if that's normal because I went to therapy and I asked the therapist if it's normal not to have a best friend, and even she didn't have an answer for me. So I think it's normal not to.
There's always one friend you like more than the other.
No, I like them all equally, and I have the same level of friendship with all of them. And yeah, I'm not very close to any of them, so like I know them, and I know like of their, I don't know, just basic things about every single one of them, but like not a whole lot. And it's the same for me. Actually, I'm very careful not to like divulge personal stuff, or even like, so if you ask any of my friends like anything personal about me, they wouldn't know any answer to any of the questions.
Yeah, because you're jaded.
No, I'm not. I just don't.
That is like the textbook definition of being jaded. Like not telling anybody anything, and you don't have any friends. How often do you see your friends? Because I know the answer to this. Tell the world how often you see your friends.
3 times a year max.
3 times a year. Bro, I hang out with Dalton like 3 times a week
Ugh.
at least, and then I go over to my high school friend's house. I go over to mad people's houses, and I'm always with somebody because I like friendship, you know. But Amanda, I guess, doesn't. She doesn't fuck with
It's
friendship. So
exhausting.
if you think Amanda's pretty cool, if we ever like, if we ever have some sort of like interaction with fans or something in the future, fans, that's funny, but nobody talk to Amanda. Amanda's just gonna look at you stupid, and she's gonna like show her teeth at you or
No, I
something.
just
Like,
think like personal relationships, like friendships, it's just a lot of emotional investment, and I feel like I don't have the energy for that to like be that involved in other people's lives. Because if you're like friends with someone, then it's like, oh, they'll hit you up for advice for like a lot of things, and I don't think I'm like emotionally
me and my friends don't really do that.
exactly. See, it then that's not like that's not a best friend. That's just a friend.
No, it is a best friend. You don't have to know every single little fucking nuance about somebody to be their best friend. You just, have to be there for them. That's it. Somebody you like hanging out with, somebody you enjoy hanging out with consistently. The only reason I know as much as I know about Dalton is because we literally lived our whole lives together. So his memories are essentially my memories. But other than that, like my high school friend Dre, shout out to Dre. I don't know like that much about Dre. I know enough about Dre, but I don't know every single little nuance about his life. I don't have to. He doesn't have to know everything about me. It's just we enjoy each other's company and we've known each other super long, so that's all you really need. So go make some
No,
friends.
that I do have with my friends. Like I enjoy their company, and I like know enough about them to hang out with them, and
But you only see them three
that is
times a year.
correct.
So what do you do with the other I guess uh, other times
The
a year? What do you do?
360
I was trying to give it like a number, but I can't really think.
362 days a year. Um I keep things on social media, like, we send memes to each other and all that, and that's pretty much the extent of the relationships. That's me.
Okay, but you just never ever want to like see them in public except for three
I
times a
mean,
year.
like for a birthday, I'll go to a birthday party,
Who the
but
fuck doesn't go to a birthday?
the thing is, like, I'm not that close to them for them to like invite me to everything that they're doing. So it's like if it's like a birthday party where a lot of people are going to be there, then I'm there. But if it's like, oh, let's just like us go out for dinner or coffee or whatever, it's like no.
All right, so Amanda hates human interaction. What keeps you up at night?
Oh Christ, that's a lot of things.
Get really detailed. We want to really know everything about you, even though you just said that you want nobody to know anything about you.
No, like I want to have a best friend, but I don't have the capacity to have a best friend. Um, what keeps
Oh, are we talking about what keeps us up at night, or is that like something different?
no? What I'm saying is what keeps me
Okay,
up at
because that would be fucking hilarious.
what the
That
thought.
would be hilarious if you were like you couldn't sleep at night because you were just dying to have a best friend.
Just
Why
dream.
won't anyone love me? Like
What
you're just sitting
more do
there,
you
eyes wide
want from
awake.
me?
Now you got the Drake playing. You're crying into your pillow. Why won't anyone be my friend?
Cups that are
That would be
rising,
hilarious, and I would never look at you the same again. But no, what keeps you up at night?
bitches on
Seriously.
my phone. Um, what keeps me up at night? Just like the future. Like, 26, and I feel like I should have accomplished a lot more than I have so far. And it's like, yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It's just the thought of just like the future and like you should be doing more. Why aren't you doing more? Why are you still here? Like, shouldn't you be achieving this? Shouldn't you be like at this point in your life? Shouldn't you be earning this much already? Like, what? Like, all of that just messes with my head.
That's social media, and that's comparing yourself with other people,
No,
which you shouldn't do. I mean, I do the same thing, but
no, it's not social media because I'm not on social media and I don't care.
well, then how do you justify your accomplishments based on your age? Then what should you have done by 26? Because 26 is still young. I don't care what you say. 26 is very young.
Well, like,
So
but
what should you have accomplished at 26?
not on social media, but like on just, normal human, I don't know, milestones, I guess. Like, just with my education, like, I feel like I should have more, like, postgraduate stuff done. I should have, like, I don't know, but I feel like I'm on that track towards it, but it just seems so far away that I'm just like, it just keeps me up at night, like, oh, God, why can't you get this done? But then I see people my
Boom, that's what I'm
my
looking at.
age,
You see people your age. You're
not on
comparing
not
yourself
on
to other
social
people.
media, but just in general, like,
It doesn't matter if it's social media or not. You're comparing yourself to other people.
yeah, but like by 26, you shouldn't be like, I shouldn't be wondering, like, I should be doing things to get to where I need to be in the future. But I am doing things, like, I'm like,
Well, everyone's journey is different, and you're doing a lot more than I am. I'll tell you that right now.
there you go, comparing. Plus, I'm older, so I should.
I am only comparing to make you feel better because you're my friend and I care about you.
No, it's just like I just need, like, I need to. Well, I mean, COVID has that whole year is just like have kind of stalled my project, so I can't really do much about that. But like, I want to like fast track it and like change my contract to like add extra stuff in there where I can like get some sort of like post grad credentials out of like this work so then I can like build my portfolio and do other things with it.
What do you do for a living for all the people that are scratching their heads extremely confused?
I do a very boring job. Actually, it's not boring, it's very interesting, but like, it's to some people it's boring. I'm a research assistant, which means I read a lot
So
and I write a
you
lot.
help somebody Google.
Basically, yeah.
You help somebody you read Wikipedia for somebody and then they write it down.
And I write a lot. So, and yeah, by 26, like, I should have things published and I'm not published yet. So that's like something that's like just eating away at me. And I'm still writing to be published, but I have to get it done and get it to the like
Well,
some.
you'll get there and we're all rooting for you and we're all going to congratulate you whenever you do reach that goal, and everyone's life is different.
Well,
You have plenty of time, so don't trip.
we'll see. Plenty of
What
time.
keep,
I
what
could
keeps
drop dead
me up
tomorrow.
at night?
Yeah, tell me. Tell me.
So will anyone else. Let's see. Money. Money is number one
Mm-hmm.
because I have spent so much time living under my parents' roof. Because Arabic parents, I'm sure all the Arabs know, and I called you Arabs. Yes, I did. All the Arabs know that living with your parents is extremely stressful because they put all this stress on you and they expect you to do all this stuff, but then they also overprotect you, so you can't do any of the stuff that they want you to do. So I look around and all my friends have been let out the nest and they're doing their own thing and all that and making money, and they have their own career, they have their own places where they live and all that, and I'm still here. I'm still stuck in the exact same place that I was when I was 18. But everything comes differently. I'm fighting a cultural battle I'm fighting the American versus Arabic battle. I'm trying to hold on to both cultures. So it's a struggle, but I think I'm doing all right.
You'll get there. I mean, I still live at
I
home.
will get there.
I still live at home, and this is like a
But you're also ethnic. Like
yeah.
this is an American thing. That's what my parents would say. These are not my words, but the American way is to kick your kid out at 18 and just completely fuck them up financially because then all of a sudden they've never worked a day in their life. They have to start from day one. They have to grind, find an apartment, work all this job. A lot of my friends that I went to college with, they all had to drop out because of financial problems. They couldn't get financial aid, and I mean, they had to work. They lived by themselves, and they had to get a roof on their head and food to eat, like basic survival things. So it's sad. I mean, I have a whole bunch of opportunity, but I also have this urge to make things on my own and do things for me. Like, I don't want to be held back, or like, I don't want to have to worry about my mom and my dad and all that. I want to make mistakes that only affect me and do things that only affect me, which is weird, but I mean, that's how my brain works.
Completely understand. I mean, I still live at home not because like I don't know. It just works out that way that I'm still here because how like my family situation is set up. My dad still lives overseas, so I live with my mom and my sister for most of the time. My brother like comes and goes, so my sister is still young, and my mom works, so it works out that I'm with her, you know, because I'm working from home. Yeah, it's just the arrangement that's like, but the thing is, in Australia, the housing market is absolutely ridiculous. Like
I could imagine.
houses here are so expensive that it's not just like a cultural thing. A lot of people in their 20s are still living at home with their parents. Like it's becoming an Australian thing now. It used to be like an ethnic thing where only the ethnics keep their kids at home and they make you live at home with them.
So,
But now it's just a thing.
so if I call you Caribbean, that makes you mad, but all the ethnics is just completely on the table.
Well, I mean, yeah, we're ethnic, but I'm not Caribbean. I'm not gonna say that I'm Caribbean because I'm not from the
No, but
Caribbean.
I just want you to recognize how fucked up ethnics, like that's some Hitler type shit.
Well, I'm an ethnic,
I'm
so
I'm I'm messing with you. Just go ahead.
no. But what I'm saying is, it's not like a immigrant thing or an ethnic thing anymore. It's just the way of life now, of just because of the way things are set up here, the standard of living, the housing market, just everything's just ridiculously expensive. I mean, I was just watching this video of this girl just like, you know, going through the housing market in Sydney and how like a cottage that's like derelict is like 1.2 million, and it's
Jeez.
they've certified that place like you can't live there, you have to literally break it down, but you're paying for the like the value of the land, so the value of the land is just ridiculously high, so you're spending all that money to get that little plot of land in the city that you want to live in, like, but then you have this mortgage that's like millions of dollars and you're going to be working to your grave to pay it off, and it's like it's not even worth it anymore.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
how
bit of
most.
positivity in your lives, people.
Yes, thank you for being the Debbieest of downers.
But this
Um.
is like real. Like people in their 20s have to like, and then
Oh no, I
you have
understand.
all these older people saying like, "Well, stop being indulgent and spending all your money on like cafe food and traveling overseas like every other year." Even if we don't travel or spend all that money eating out, we still won't be able to afford a one bedroom cottage that's almost $2 million. Like, how ridiculous is that?
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. I mean, you're gonna have to work. I mean, a lot of people do that here. They put themselves in debt and then they spend the rest of their lives chasing their debt, and they can't help it. I mean, that's for most people. That's how you have to live. You have to live in debt. You have to chase. You have to get a loan to go to college, and then you spend your whole life paying those loans off, and then you don't have any money, so you have to take another loan out for like a car, and then you chase that, and then you just literally live paycheck to paycheck, and that's a lot of people that I've met live like that. It's really sad, but that's the reality of things.
Well, I mean, thank goodness over here we have the hex to like offset our uni costs, and then you pay them back when you like you start to earn over a certain like threshold. I'm not sure what it is now. Um so like thank goodness for that. I mean, we have that going for us, and it's like there's no interest to it. You pay exactly what the government paid for your university studies, and that's, I think, I might be making this up, but
And that's
I've,
because Australia gives a shit about their people and their students. And America, that's the good and bad thing about America is that if you are like insanely intelligent and you can make it out here, then you're going to be a millionaire. Most people, the problem is most people can't make it out here. So they suffer. It's not the right environment for them. So a place like Australia, they're like, okay, we know that people aren't going to be able to pay their student loans, so let's help them out a little bit. In America, you are fucked out of your mind if you want to be like, I don't know, a doctor or something, and you're poor and you have to take out loans. You're going to be paying that off for the rest of your life
I mean,
with interest.
yeah, well, the hex is still a loan, but there's no interest to it. You just pay off what, you know, you owe the government, and
Well,
that's
yeah,
it.
the interest is what kills you because you look at the number when you sign the loan or whatever, and you look at it and you go, "That's not too bad. I mean, I could plan for this." And then most people don't account for interest, so by the time they go to pay it, it's a whole bunch of money because it takes about a decade to be able to like get to the income to where you can like actually start steadily paying off
Mm.
student loans. You know, like just that's my theory. I don't know. I never went to college. I did, but none of that counted. It was just a complete waste of time for me. So I don't know shit about shit.
Well,
What do I know?
what do
I've been
I
waiting to say
know?
that whole podcast. Sorry.
Uh, well, I mean, I'm glad
Um,
you got to say it. But yeah, that's like, you know, the dilemma of being a 20 something year old in this world where it's just so expensive for everything. And I feel like, okay, another thing that keeps me up, I feel like I don't have much life experiences. Like I'm lacking in that area, and I need to like travel, and I need to do all these things, and I just haven't done it. And I don't know why, but I haven't, and I need to do it, but like now COVID, so that's not going to happen.
well, do you know how long I've been planning like a podcast?
Yeah, but you're younger.
Oh my god, here we go. I'm not
What
entertaining
I'm
this
what I'm saying is,
conversation.
like, I should have been like, when in uni when everyone went on like Kentucky tours, and
No, I never went to uni.
okay, but like in like your when you when you're like a young adult, 18, 19, 20, 21, and then you go on like Kentucky tours in like Europe and Asia, and
No, we don't do that here, Amanda. Everyone here is broke.
okay,
We have never in our lives been anywhere. I mean, I'm sure there's some people, but like you guys do trips to Europe and you guys like have NASCAR racing as like a elective in high school. We don't have any of that here.
not NASCAR. No, like,
We we have we have to beg for gym time,
oh, that's
you
that's
know,
kind of
like
sad. Well, you know what happens when you go to the gym? You get concussions because a crash just comes in.
no, only you get concussions because you are stupid enough to run after a ball to impress some dude that doesn't give a shit about you.
With my non-existent basketball skills. Um,
All right, let's
no, but
let's move
let
on
me
cuz
finish my point with the Kentucky. I
okay,
was trying to
finish your
get,
point. Go ahead.
what I'm trying to say is, during that time of my life, well, during that time, it's like a rite of passage where all the kids, like in Australia, Europe, in the UK, they go on these Kentucky tours, and I should have done that, but I didn't do that. Now, last year, I was planning my big trip to the UK, and then COVID happened. So now I didn't get to do that. So that had to be delayed. This is 2021. We don't know what's going to happen. It looks like the world is still going to be closed for the foreseeable future. So that's delayed, but it's okay because I can still travel in 5 years' time, fingers crossed, when I'm old.
I don't know why you guys think like old is like your 20s. You know how old 80 is? You know how old 90 is? Do you know how old 50 is? You are nowhere near 50 years
No,
old.
I'm just,
And you're not even near 30. Do you know how old you are? 4 years away from 30. You are in American presidential term. You know how much shit changed between Obama and Trump? That's mad years.
yeah, I saw.
That is 4 years. In 4 years he undid everything. So if he can undo everything in 4 years, then you have plenty of time until you're 30 even,
To
let alone
undo
40,
everything in my life
50,
and fail?
60. So no, no, to do whatever you have to do whatever you want to do. So just relax, chill
No,
out.
but what you don't understand is you need those experiences in your young adulthood to like shape you.
You're still a young adult.
What? No, I'm just an adult now. When you're like
No, you're
18,
not.
19.
You're a young adult.
Ugh, okay, fine. What I'm trying to say is
Ask a 35-year-old if like
your
you're an
brain
adult. They're going to look at you and
your
laugh.
brain stops developing once you get to 25. So the years before you turn 25 is what I'm saying. The formidable years in your life. You're supposed to have all these experiences to like help you grow and like form your identity and all these things. And I felt like I didn't do anything to help with that. I just had like the same thing just every year till, well, now it's a little bit different. But what I'm saying is it's just the same. It's been the same. I haven't lived. I want to live.
Well, I'm telling you right now, and I'm sure everyone else will tell you that you have plenty of time. You can't keep like you can't keep looking back like, oh my god, 25, I'm 26. Last year was my cutoff. I can't do anything.
No,
No, let's just do it. Do it whenever you do it. And if you spent as much time crying about it as you did actually doing stuff, you would do stuff.
no,
And I'm not trying to I'm not trying to shame you or nothing. I'm just putting it into perspective for you.
no.
And I can't believe
I'm
I have to tell you this.
no. Oh my god, you don't understand. Anyways, keep moving on. The thing is, I will do the things that I want to do because I will do them. It's just like I just wanted to experience that. Like you can't be you can't be 30 and like experience the things that like the 18-year-olds experience on like a Kentucky trip. Like you're going to be that weirdo like if you're trying to hang out with them because their experience at that age is so different. Like the way that they travel is so different and the things that they choose to do is different. Like when you're 30 you want to do like things that are different from an 18-year-old because you won't find the same things interesting. And if you do, then you need to reevaluate your life because why do you still have the same interest as people that just came out of their young, teenage
Well, I would
life?
think I would think I would think you would enjoy traveling much more if you're a little older. Like not too older, but like, in your 30s when you have money to actually do stuff. I like the one time when I was in Syria, I think we went to Lebanon. It was like a trip, which oh my god, Lebanon, that's like across the fucking street.
Mm-hmm.
But we went to Lebanon, and since we were little kids, we were bound to this tour, and we didn't get to see anything except like all the Christian monuments, which is, I mean, it's cool, but this is like Lebanon. There's a lot more to see in Lebanon than Christian monuments.
But you were a
Like we didn't get to go to
child.
see the mountains. Okay, but if I go back to Lebanon as an adult, which I would never do, who the hell would do that? Especially I'm from Syria, it's across the street. I could just go over there. Oldest surviving city in the world represent. But if I went back to let's say Lebanon. If I went back to Lebanon, I could do the things I want to do with the money that I have that I can spend freely. There's not some teacher looking at me trying to hold me back. There's nothing like that. So I think traveling would actually be better when you're older. So give it a try. Go travel. Don't
I
cry over
will.
your
I will. I'm going to New
freaking.
Zealand.
Yeah, New Zealand is like Lebanon for you guys.
It's literally across the road, and I've never been
Yeah, why would you go to fucking New Zealand?
because it's beautiful.
No, New Zealand is fire. I'm not going to say that. That's not what I meant. New Zealand is amazing. That's like on my bucket list for sure. But why would you, as an Australian, go to New Zealand?
Because it's beautiful.
Okay, I mean, I guess there's that.
And I haven't been, so I want to go just to see, experience New Zealand. I'm pretty sure it's not that different from Australia, but given the current
Uh,
situation of the world, don't think I'm going to be traveling very far, so that's the best option for
yeah,
me.
better than nothing, I guess.
Yep.
All right, we are at an hour 8 or an hour 9 right now, so I'm going to ask a few more questions and then I guess we could wrap this up because you have to sleep
Yes, that I do.
and I do not want to keep you. Okay, I'm going to ask all these at once. Recommend a local restaurant, recommend an artist that you think deserves more recognition than they do, and recommend a guilty pleasure song. Or what's your guilty pleasure song?
Okay. Restaurant. I don't know the exact name. Oh, God. I don't know names of restaurants. I just go to places to eat. Um,
All right, I guess
we'll
you've
get back to
completely
that.
destroyed this segment.
We'll get back to that. Artist that deserves more recognition. I think Ari Lennox. I don't know. Maybe she's really popular in America, but just not in Australia.
Okay, so for the Australian audiences,
And what was the last
Ari
question?
Lennox. Ari Lennox is dope. What is your guilty pleasure song?
My guilty pleasure song. Avril Lavigne, Skater Boy.
I'm gonna go ahead and say head ass to that.
It is such a good song. It's my karaoke
I
song.
guess it is.
It's my
That
karaoke
is
song.
your karaoke song. Oh
That
my
is my
god. I was gonna
karaoke song.
um
And
let's see.
I know all the words to it. I have like it is like ingrained in my mind and heart. Like I cannot like every time it comes on, I have to sing along.
If you have less than 10 bodies and you skate, Amanda is right for you.
See, now you're making it sound like I'm looking for like a teenager. And I'm not.
You're saying that adults don't skateboard?
Less than 10 bodies and a skater?
See, now you're just being judgmental. This is why you're going to be alone forever. You can't even make like actual
Oh,
connections with friends, let alone like actually.
can I just like add something to that? Yes. You know why? Cuz I'm very selfish with my time and my energy that I feel like I don't have enough to give someone else.
Yeah, you're too busy traveling with all that time you have.
I'm too busy being in my room in my own little world.
See, look at that. You're the only one that's holding yourself back.
But I don't think I've never seen myself like with someone.
I
Because
mean,
it's not
you
like
never know.
it's not something that
It might be that one.
ugh, it's not something that I aspire to. Like I remember when we were having lunch like 2 weeks ago with my mom and her friends, and they were talking about like their husbands. I was like, oh God, you sound like their children. You have to like shop for them, cook for them,
Yeah,
wash
but
their clothes,
whenever women talk about men, it's never good. So
wash their
I
clothes,
don't.
feed them. No, thank you.
That's not every man. That's not every man though.
Yeah, but no.
There's plenty of men that do all that.
True, but no.
So if you do all the chores and you skate, Amanda's the girl for you.
No. Just no.
Yes, 100%. Amanda is looking, and I'm going to be setting up her dating profile now, and I will leave the link
No.
in the description so that you guys can check that out
I will call
and
the
possibly,
police. I will call the
find
police.
love. Which police? You don't know the American police phone number? Oh, wait, you
Oh,
probably do. You watch a lot of movies, don't you?
if it's American, then I'll refer you to the federal police and they can charge you on like terrorism charges.
Yes, Amanda is a snitch, but we're going to keep that for
I
another.
am. Can I just.
We're keeping that. No, we're not, because you're
No,
going to go on a tangent
no, I'm
again
going to put this
about
out there.
snitching, and you're going to make us look
Listen,
terrible. Okay, go ahead.
if we're together and you get caught, best believe I'm snitching on you. That's all I have to say.
And that's why she is forever alone, because if you do anything, God forbid anything, if you get into a small little dinger in like a car, she's going to chase the dude down and like point out that tiny little scuff that nobody saw, and she's going to get your insurance taken away and your license taken away.
I'm talking about big.
Yes,
I'm talking about big crimes. So you know how like you have those ride or die girls? No, I'm not riding or dying for you. Who do you think you are?
Well, yeah, you weren't even trying to ride in the first place.
That's true.
Okay, so before we end this, I'm going to answer this question. Let's see. Restaurant. Because I have like 3 lists for restaurants. I have like my list, and then I have the list that I give to like lower tier acquaintances, and then I have a list that I give to women, because what women like to do, not all women, I'm not going to say all women.
Mm-hmm.
What in my experience, what happens is you give them a restaurant, and then I'm not the best looking guy in the world or whatever. So they go with me to this restaurant, and then they go find a dude that has absolutely no taste in food, and they take that dude to that restaurant, and then they claim that they discovered it by themselves. So I'm not going to give you, because I'm petty, I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of lying on my name like that.
Mm-hmm.
If I see you at that restaurant with a dude, I'm going to stand up and tell dude that that's my restaurant.
Okay.
But let's see. Let's do Palmyra Cafe and Lounge. Everyone knows that about me. If you know anything about me, that's where I spend like 85% of my time. They have good food and drinks and hookah and all that stuff.
What's something on the menu that you would recommend?
Let's see. Shish taouk is really good. That's like it's not shish taouk if you're like Arabic and you're going there. They don't have like real Arabic food. It's like Americanized Arabic food. But this is like the definition of an Arabic sandwich. It's like chicken, there's fries, and there's pickles in it with like garlic sauce.
Mm.
And that's like the staple that's the staple Arabic sandwich, because we put fries in everything.
Nice.
Let's see. What was the second question? I'm already recommend a local restaurant, recommend a local artist.
Yeah.
Well, not a local artist, just recommend an artist. For all you Australians out there, because I owe her a shout out, there is a wonderful, amazing, talented woman that goes by the name of Catherine John. Shout out to you, Catherine. And she put out her EP called Blind. It's on all DSPs. And I did not know she could sing like that. She can really, really sing. I mean, she teaches it. She teaches singing for like a living, or one of her livings, but she can like really, really sing. So I would definitely check that out. It's the EP called Blind. And my guilty pleasure song, I have multiple. I listen to hip hop and R&B, so if there's like a Caucasian tune that really gets me going, like I'll add it to my guilty pleasure songs. That whole Fun album is amazing. I think they only put out like one album, so everyone knows the Fun album. That entire album is fire. Let's see. Clean Bandit. I love Clean Bandit. Anything that Clean Bandit puts out is fire, and anything that Sia puts out is absolute fire. And you will catch me at karaoke singing those songs with my heart and just bellowing it out and embarrassing myself. But yeah, no shame.
Nice. Was there something else
All
on the
right.
list?
Well,
Oh, I
no,
think
I
I
mean,
found my.
I had.
Go on.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I think I found my restaurant, but I'm not sure if that's the correct one. And now I'm like doubting myself.
Just put it out there.
Okay. It's on Bay Street, Port Melbourne. Um,
Oh, Bay Street is completely different here. I'll tell you that right now.
what?
Is Bay Street like a nice area over there?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What's Bay
Okay.
Street over there?
Okay, everyone in Jacksonville, do not go to Bay Street. This is an Australian restaurant. Whatever she's saying, it's probably a nice restaurant. You will not find it in Bay Street. Go ahead.
This is in Port Melbourne. And I think this is the correct restaurant. It's Bay 101. I think that's the correct one. And they have really good risotto. Like the pumpkin risotto is amazing. That's
Pumpkin risotto is fire.
it is. It's great. It's fantastic.
I love a good butternut squash risotto too. That's like one of my it's one of my go-tos.
Risotto
Yeah.
chat, guys. Killing it.
Yes, if you take away anything from this hour and 20 minutes of absolute bullshit, risotto.
Can I ask you something? Last question, if you
You can ask me something.
what are you looking forward to in 2021?
I am looking forward to actually making money this summer because COVID completely destroyed my plans for the summer because I'm an AC tech, so usually that's when we start making all of our money.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also hoping I'm gonna self plug.
Mm-hmm.
I am trying to get 3 podcasts up and running by the end of 2021. So hopefully I can get those up and running if my friends will buy the microphones and I can find a third group of people to do a podcast with.
Nice.
All right, guys. Well, that's all we have for you today. All that compelling content. I'm sure you guys are very pleased with our first episode. Just
You better
an hour
be.
and 20. No, they better not be. They have the right to trash this bullshit if they want. It was an hour and 25 minutes of just absolute bullshit. But we promise we will be better next time because we will actually be prepared, and all my stuff that I had commissioned for the podcast might actually be here so we could have a slightly more professional podcast. But until then, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at SMG Sound Network. That's my handle for every podcast that I'm going to do. So once you follow that, you're going to be updated on every single podcast that I do from here on out. And you can follow me on Instagram at JourneymanJoe. That's man with a V in the middle because some bastard took the regular one. And Amanda, would you like to plug anything before we go?
I don't have social media, but thank you for considering me.
Isn't she just beautiful? Just the wonderful Amanda. But thank you guys for bearing with us, and we'll see you guys in episode 2.
Bye.